Josh is a YouTuber who loves exploring strange and abandoned places. His videos usually about exploring deep forests, old buildings, and remote locations that most people would never visit. In this particular video, Josh was searching for the wreckage of a plane that crashed in the mountains many years ago. Hours passed as Josh continued hiking deeper into the mountains. During that time, he hadn't seen a single person. No hikers, no camps, nothing. Just mountains and silence. On another mountain nearby, Josh noticed a large structure sitting in the distance. Curious about what it was, he decided to take a small detour and investigate.
Large structure on another mountain just in front of me. Curious as to what it was, I made a detour and hiked up to it. And as I got closer, it soon became clear that this was a massive fortification. It was incredible to walk around the huge walls, and it got me curious about what the history of this place was. So with some later research, I found out that it was indeed a fort, built in 1659 by France to protect their border with Spain. And it was even used as a maximum security prison for a time. I did try to find a way inside to explore more, but didn't have any luck. So I continued back on my hike. But this is when things took a creepy turn.
After some research later on, he discovered it was actually an old fort built hundreds of years ago, but that wasn't the strange part. As Josh continued hiking, he noticed what looked like the remains of an old building hidden just off the trail. Curious, once again, he walked inside.
Someone definitely lives here. There's canned food. Someone definitely lives here. Maybe not all the time, but often enough, which is crazy, because this is really in ruins and in the middle of nowhere. Very creepy. Here's the bedding. Okay, this is really creepy. This is really creepy. There is photos of the same person up on the wall. Like this is a stalker's house or something. This is creepy. Oh, there's so many photos on the floor everywhere. This place is littered with the same photos of the same people. Look at all these photos. These are all photos of people. All photos of people on the floor. Tons of them. On the bed.
At first, he noticed canned food and signs that somebody had been staying there, which already felt strange because this place was in the middle of nowhere. Then things became even more disturbing. The walls were covered with pictures. The floor was covered with pictures. Even the bed had pictures on it, and almost every photo seemed to show the same people. Josh immediately started feeling uncomfortable, but things got even worse. Right outside the building, he found another smaller structure.
Out of the building, I also found this smaller structure just by it, and inside there was a bed along with what appeared to be rope.
After leaving that house, I feel like I'm being watched. It all of a sudden feels very quiet and eerie around here. There's something really strange going on in these mountains. For sure.
I'm not sure what was going on here, but I had a very bad feeling about it, so I had made up my mind that I would contact local authorities, but with no phone signal, I would have to wait till the end of my hike. And luckily for me, the crash site was not much further. Just a short rock scramble up the mountain led me into a dense forest where I finally found the wreckage of the plane.
Inside was a bed and what looked like rope. Suddenly, the mountains didn't feel peaceful anymore. Everything around him felt quiet. Josh eventually decided not to stay any longer and continued his hike. Later, after returning home, he contacted authorities and sent them the location and photos. But to this day, nobody really knows what was happening there. Maybe it was completely harmless, or maybe Josh accidentally walked into something he was never supposed to find. Erlo Brown is a YouTube creator who loves filming wildlife in the forests of South Africa. Most of his videos are peaceful, showing nature and the animals that live there. But during one trip, he heard something so disturbing that he immediately abandoned everything and ran. His plan that day was simple: find the perfect place to set up a trail camera and capture wildlife passing through the valley. The location seemed perfect. It was quiet and completely surrounded by a thick forest. Then, something broke the silence.
On a throughway, So maybe a tree. I reckon this tree could maybe work, although that's going to be very obvious. Maybe if we find something that's a little bit further into the tree line, so it's better hidden, this could perhaps work. I have no idea what that was. That was not an animal. I think I'm gonna leave.
A loud, terrifying roar echoed through the forest. Whatever made that sound was close enough to stop him in his tracks. He didn't wait to find out what it was. Within seconds, he turned around and ran back the way he came. Later, after replaying the audio over and over, the sound still didn't make sense. Thankfully, there was a simple explanation. The roar wasn't coming from a real predator. It was being played through a hidden speaker. Local wildlife workers had installed it to scare baboons away from nearby neighborhoods. It may have been meant for baboons, but it worked perfectly on airload too. And honestly, if you heard that sound alone in the middle of the forest, you'd probably run too. Brian is a mountain biking creator who spends most of his time riding through remote trails that few people ever visit. His videos are usually filled with incredible scenery and peaceful landscapes. But during one ride in the mountains of Tibet, something appeared on the trail that completely changed the moment. Brian and his friend were making their way through a narrow mountain trail when they noticed a large figure standing ahead.
Yeah, there's some snow patches. Oh! Yeah! Oh! Looking a little dangerous here. Oh, you get back. Go, keep going. Yeah.
It was a yak, which is waiting for them. Yaks are normally calm animals, but if they feel threatened, they can become extremely dangerous. In a place this remote, an attack could have ended very differently. Fortunately, Brian and his friend walked away unharmed, but seeing an animal like that, alone in the middle of the mountains, is something they probably won't forget. Nick Beddington is a YouTuber who usually posts videos of himself singing songs and sharing moments from his everyday life. But one day, while driving through a remote area, he captured something far more unforgettable. What started as a normal drive quickly turned into a tense wildlife encounter.
There's a wolf right here. There's a wolf right beside my truck.
it was a wolf. Instead of running away, the wolf slowly walked. For the next few moments, the wolf refused to leave. It circled the truck, carefully observing everything inside. Wolves rarely approach vehicles this closely, making the encounter even more unusual. Some people believe it was simply curious. Others think it may have been attracted by unfamiliar scents coming from the truck. Whatever the reason, opening the door would have been a very bad idea. Thankfully, after a long stare, the wolf finally turned around and disappeared back into the wilderness. It was a peaceful ending, but it's an encounter Nick will probably never forget.